September 28th. My name is Reginald Angus Argue. I'm at the BC Lions training facility with Angus Reid. Angus, you are a massive inspiration for so many people, I must say. Can you talk a little bit about that disease that you had to deal with when you went through college and how you lost some of the years of eligibility within the college, and then you went over to Europe to play football?
Sure. Yeah, well, it goes back a little bit further. I grew up 4 older brothers and a younger sister, so a big family, competitive athletic family, and a real tough mom that made sure that we grew up as tough boys, and sometimes maybe a little too tough. It started actually in the 8th grade, and my stomach started just killing me one day, and I didn't want to miss basketball trials, so I didn't want to tell anybody, and I let it go for about 7 days. But I'd realized I'd blown my appendix 7 days earlier, and rushed to the emergency. They didn't know what they could do for me, and long story short, I was in the hospital for about a month. I had last rites read, family flown home for a funeral, and I wasn't going to make it. My mom stayed with me every night, and somehow she pulled me through and mentally wouldn't let me go. And I missed about 2 years or 3 years of high school athletics all the way to my senior year because of that. It took me a long time to recover. And I think it was that forged some mental toughness in me. And I went to university, and I made it back from all that, and I became a healthy athlete. And it was my second university, my stomach was acting again, and I didn't know what had happened. And had to go see the doctors, had to quit football. Long story short, I had all the Crohn's conditions, and I was losing blood and losing weight, and couldn't digest food. And I was told to quit football. And I couldn't do anything. I was in a lot of pain. And that was about a 3-year stretch of my university where I for one point I dropped out of school because I couldn't leave the house due to severe pains and not knowing what my stomach would do. And all my dreams I thought were gone. I really did think so for a while. I mean, at one point I lost 100 pounds. And as an athlete, that's crucial. Your strength was gone, and my dreams were almost gone. And my family wouldn't give up on me, and they wouldn't let me quit. And there came a day where I said, you know what? This is what I want to do with my life. We have one shot. And what I teach kids now, I find a way. You just find a way. You find things you could eat. You find exercises you could do. And I slowly crawled my way back. Really slowly, but I decided as long as I'm alive, I'm going to try to do what I can do to make my dreams come true.
And what's the biggest inspirational message you want to leave with the youth that are themselves also facing, health or physical or mental problems? How are they able to, what kind of message would you like to leave how they can go around it to continue on to be a bright, shining, inspirational example for others?
You know what, maybe it sounds hard for some people to hear this, but I always believe find a way instead of looking for all the ways you can. Find a way that you can, and find people that'll help you instead of people that'll tell you you can't. Surround yourself with positive people, but really, it's not over until you give up on yourself. As long as you still want to do it, there's going to be a way out there, and it's not going to be easy. But believe me, I can tell you as living proof, I'm living my dream. I've been playing professional football for 11 years. It's worth all the hard work. It's worth all the long days, and it's worth all the sometimes painful suffering because it's your life. And if it's your dream, go find a way.
Thank you so much for agreeing to this interview there, Angus.
No problem.
Angus Reid.